What is up, everybody? Bootman here, and welcome back to another Marvel Snap video. And today, I wanted to discuss why, when Thanos popped up in my token shop, I decided not to get him. And I think this is an important conversation because he costs quite a pretty penny. So I want to explain my logic behind it, because if you're on the fence too, maybe we're on the same page, or maybe you'll think I'm insane and you get the card anyways. So let's discuss, all right? But before we get started, first off, welcome, thank you. My last video blew up, so all of you wonderful new subscribers, welcome to the channel. And if you're brand new here, make sure you subscribe, ring that notification bell, because if you love Marvel Snap as much as I do, you don't want to miss any of the upcoming videos. I love talking about different decks, different strategies, cards, and all this kind of stuff. Like today, we're gonna be talking about Thanos, and in the future I have other cards that we're gonna be discussing and decks and all that. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. All right, so anyways, also, one thing, I'm really curious about everybody out there. Leave a comment down below about what your favorite new card is, or a card that you are waiting for to pop up in your token shop. I'm really curious everybody's thoughts about that. All right, so anyways, when the new Series 4 and Series 5 cards were announced, I was like, Thanos seems legit. Like, I kept getting him in these random draws and stuff like that, and I couldn't use him, because in order for him to work, you need to start with these stones in your deck, right? So when you pull them on a random draw, you don't get any of that. So when all of these new cards came out, I was like, I need Thanos. I heard people talking about it. I watched a bunch of videos about it. I was like, I need this card. And if my buddy ever watches this video, which he probably will, I was trying to get him to get Thanos. I'm like, dude, if you do not get Thanos, something is wrong with you. This card is amazing. Pin it, save up, and fortunately, he's smarter than I am, and he didn't listen to me, all right? Because what ended up happening was, since this thing is 6,000 tokens, when he popped up in my shop, I decided to start watching as many videos as possible. And the first thing I think is important to discuss for all of you viewers out there is that I love the Marvel Snap YouTube community. I love a lot of the creators and everything, but also, and I think they do a good job of saying, like, don't take their advice on which cards to buy, right? But part of this whole gig is like hyping up cards, getting new cards to create content and all of that. So for you viewers, you might think these cards are better than they are. So one of the things that I personally do, I watch streams. I don't just watch the videos. Like, we all want, the condensed form, but a lot of YouTubers and creators, what they'll do is they'll show like the highlights, okay? So I hopped in and watched a bunch of streams. I watched Binks. I think I watched maybe Drew too, but I watched a few different streams, and I was not sold on this card. So one of the things is, as you can see, so here's Thanos, in case you don't know what he does. So at the start of the game, shuffle 6 Infinity Stones in your deck. Cool, so here's the 6 Infinity Stones. So let's see. All right, Mind Stone, on reveal, draw 2 stones from your deck. Cool. Time Stone, draw a card, next turn you get +1 energy. Awesome. On reveal, next turn you can move 1 card at this location, draw a card. Soul Stone, draw a card, ongoing, enemy cards here have -1 power. And hold on. Oh, this is so hard to click. Here we go. And Reality Stone, transform this location into a new one, draw a card, kind of cool, kind of like Scarlet Witch, that's awesome. Power Stone, if you've played all 6 stones, Thanos has +10 power wherever he is. Beautiful, sounds great. Well, one of the main reasons I didn't get him, like, to be completely transparent, is I believe I was watching Binks play, and it feels like to make Thanos work, you need to have the Quinjet, all right? So the Quinjet, for those of you who don't know, it is, let's pull up the Quinjet's ability real quick. So as you can see, I do not have the Quinjet. Cards that don't start in your deck cost 1 less. So you're basically drawing these Infinity Stones for free. Awesome, I don't have it. So I think that is one of the main reasons I didn't get it. But The decks I've seen use it are using like Quinjet, they're using Beast, which swoops up all the cards at a location, returns them to your hand, they cost less, so kind of like the Quinjet. People are using Falcon, so I have Beast and Falcon, but no Quinjet. But as I'm watching these streamers, this deck seems like it takes so much work, so much thinking, so much work, and I forgot who I heard say it. It might have been Jeff Hoogland, and I was just like, yeah, like I completely agree with this. And he was talking about, I believe it was Jeff, where it's not a great idea to build a deck around one specific card. Like if you even play Marvel Snap half as much as I do, uh, it is so difficult to get the exact cards that you need to make everything work. You know what I mean? So the fact that this has so many different cards going on, you need so many things to go right. Like not only on your end, but you need things to go wrong for the other player. You need to hope that they don't have any counters. Like I've seen people try to run this like sort of as a zoo deck by putting Khazar in there as a backup because you don't even know if you're gonna draw Thanos. And think about it, you can hold 7 cards in your hand and you're constantly drawing these stones and trying to get Thanos, but then you also need backup plans with your alternative cards because at the end of the day, how good is Beast on its own? How good is a Falcon on its own, right? So if you're not getting everything you need, it's very difficult to win. But most importantly too, I've been playing a lot of Marvel Snap, especially since the update came out. I don't think that I have lost to Thanos a single time. I remember one specific game when I saw this dude just dropping stones left and right, and then he snapped me and I snapped back. You know why? Because with all of the board space that he took up, there was one spot available for the final turn where he was gonna drop Thanos. And he had turn priority and I'm sitting on Shang-Chi. All right, so all of that hard work that this guy did just completely went to waste and I blew Thanos up. You see what I'm saying? So for 6,000 tokens, I just can't really justify it. And I wanna make a separate video about the whole token system. This is one of the most exciting things that happened to this game. I'm like, oh my God, finally I can like pin cards that I want and you know, all this other stuff. But I might make a video because the way we get tokens and how expensive these things are is very rare, okay? Because like, check it out. Like I'm sitting on 1,900 tokens. So if Thanos popped up right now, it would take some time because I don't know about you, but right now my collection level is 1546 and I'm currently getting, oh, it doesn't show it, but I'm getting about 100 tokens at a time. So think about that for a second. If I'm sitting at 1,900, if Thanos pops up today and I'm getting 100 tokens at a time randomly through caches while I'm still waiting to complete my pool 3 collection, like it just doesn't sound like a great idea. So take that for what you will, but the last thing I wanted to talk about and what I just learned about too is the stats over at SnapFan, okay? So let's switch views over here. All right, so Snap.fan, if you haven't gone to this website, make sure you go here and check it out. I get a lot of deck ideas from here. I look up stats, information. They have like cards that are upcoming, all sorts of stuff. Like if you're not on this site, I have no idea why. Snap.fan, go here. They have an app that you can hook up to and it tracks all of your stats so you can like analyze your games and all sorts of stuff. Amazing, amazing website. So go to snap.fan, all right? I'm not sponsored by them or anything. It is just like a must-have if you wanna get better at this game, if you wanna learn more, if you're a stats nerd like me, all that stuff, okay? But anyways, you can pull up every single card and it shows their stats. So check it out right here for Thanos. His win percentage when played is 49%. And his win percentage when drawn is 48%, win percentage when in deck, 49%, all right? So just on its own, that seems amazing, right? 49%, cool, that's awesome, all right? Well, here's the thing. If you go to the card stats page, check this out. So the number 1 card, the highest win percent rate is with Infinite at 64%, okay? So we're talking about Thanos at 49%. So it's like, where would Thanos fall on this list? Like, it's not even cracking the top 10. Now, what's really interesting to me is the fact that Galactus is number 2 right now. And I have some theories behind that, which I won't dive into here, but basically I just think it's very unexpected. But once you know what's coming, very easy to counter. So I have a feeling this is gonna drop significantly. But yeah, so check this out. Like, Thanos does not crack the top 10, top 20, top 30, okay? Like, we scroll all the way down here, like, look how far I'm scrolling in these stats, and the win percentage, like, even all the way down here is at 50%. Thanos is at 49%, okay? So it actually has the ranking, right? So number 165 on this list. So does that seem like a card that's worth 6,000 tokens? For me, absolutely 1000% not. This would need to be a much higher percentage rate. Now, the fact that Galactus is sitting way up there, we can have a conversation, but there's no way I'm gonna spend 6,000 tokens on a card that is getting a 49% win rate when there's so many other cards with higher win rates. Because you gotta take into consideration, not only do other cards have higher win rates, but they they aren't in decks that completely revolve around them. All right. So even if that card is not played, or even if that card's in numerous decks, it has synergy with other cards. Like with Thanos, it is just Thanos and these stones. All right. So personally, I think this card is a bit overrated right now. It's why I didn't get it. I look at this and, it is money. Like, I look at it like an investment because it is real money that we're spending. I ended up getting the Cyber Holiday bundle with all the fun stuff in it, and that costs a pretty penny. And I was not going to spend on this when there's so many other cards that I can get that I feel would work a lot better. And the last thing I just kind of wanted to touch on, I feel like, and this isn't a bad thing, right? Like, I love Second Dinner. I have critiques, which will come in future videos, but I think with Second Dinner, Galactus and Infinite, no, not Galactus, Galactus and Thanos, they're more of these, like, just, I don't know, just shiny object kind of cards, like novelty cards, right? I don't see them being as viable. Like, if you are like me, like, my number one goal, I'm a competitive gamer, like, for life. Like, my goal is to hit infinite rank every single season, right? So I just hit it this last season. We're gonna be starting from 70 today when the update comes out. And I don't see Thanos doing that for you. Like I said, Galactus in the coming weeks, months, I think this percentage is going to tank significantly. I've lost, I'm probably 50-50 playing Galactus, but the times I beat Galactus, like, they're not expecting what I'm gonna do, right? So I have a feeling this is gonna drop. But anyways, I was just gonna say, like word is that although other cards are gonna drop in their series rank, Galactus and Thanos are gonna stay up there. And I think these are just like money makers for them. I think it is kind of like one of those things that, whales are going to get. It's one of those status signals. Like, I'm a real big, like, psychology and sociology nerd. So I see those as, like, people kind of flaunting them, like, ooh, I got Galactus, I got Thanos, but they're cards that I think are easily countered. So anyways, that's what I want to discuss in this video. I wanted to discuss our good buddy Thanos, because I thought my friend was crazy for not getting Thanos. You might be thinking, now I'm crazy for not getting Thanos, but I love having my thoughts and opinions challenged. So if you made it to the end of this video and you're like, Chris, you don't know what you're talking about, whatever it is, like, please leave a comment down below. But based on the data, based on, what I've seen from people playing Thanos, what I've seen from these statistics, Thanos isn't working. And there is an argument to be had that Thanos has only been out for a week, and maybe people haven't just figured out the right way to use him yet. But based on all the cards you need to pull, all the things you need to go right, I'm pretty confident in my opinion on this one. But challenge me down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Okay. But anyways, that's all I got for this video. Again, if you are new, make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Helps a lot. I love growing this little Marvel Snap community, gaming community. I plan on making some more gaming content in the future, but Marvel Snap is my jam right now. But anyways, make sure you stay tuned. So have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.